Is that Will Smith's son? They see, you get to that point and they go you. What if I told you that everything you've seen, everything you learn, everything you see around you is not true? You've been lied to all your life. Would you believe me? We're going to get into it today, okay? Don't forget to like, subscribe, sit back, relax and enjoy, and get prepared.
Something weird is happening in Plainfield, Illinois. 3 days ago, someone was driving by and noticed that the front porch light was blinking and realized it was an SOS signal. Not only is this property very much abandoned, but they weren't the only person who saw the SOS signal.
Plainfield, Illinois, front and back
Oh,
porch
look at that,
lights
look, yeah.
were flashing SOS. I called 911 twice. Officers said they checked but didn't see or hear anything and wouldn't go back. 20 minutes later, the lights still flashing, and it sounded like someone was calling for help. Stay safe and alert.
Even see in the neighbor's video, this little white light right here, that's not the flashing light. The flashing light's like right here on the porch. This appears to be a police officer checking it out. When the neighbor followed up with police, they said they found nothing suspicious, except that the following night, someone was still flashing SOS. It has now been 3 nights, and this house is repeatedly having SOS signals being flashed via the front porch light. The woman whose parents lived here before it was abandoned back in 2020 is speaking out. She explains that this house also has a basement, and then explains like the layout of the house. Because guess what? Sheriff's office keeps getting called to this house, but all they're doing is checking the perimeter. A single officer has gone inside of the house to see if there is someone being held in the house, someone who is in trouble. Why are these lights flashing SOS for 3 nights in a row now? NBC has even reached out to the local police department trying to figure out what is going on, and their response has been they've checked the perimeter and everything looks secure. If someone is being held in this house, they have been in there for at least 3 days, signaling for help. We now know that not only has this house been abandoned since 2020, it also has a basement.
Everything looks secure, so don't worry. Whoever's in there is trapped in there for good. No worries. We're not going to go inside the abandoned house to look in the basement to see if anyone is in there, just in case. Abandoned house, you know what I mean? If the light was flickering randomly, then fair enough, electrical problem. But you know, if someone's saying SOS, SOS, and it is turned out to be SOS, I wouldn't know. So if they lived next door to me, they'd be pretty screwed because I wouldn't understand that. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You'd think the police would at least, you know, get a warrant or something and say, look, so someone is in there, get a warrant and go in there and check. You know, it's strange.
Something happened in Texas, specifically San Antonio, Texas, on June 15th. I have multiple witnesses coming forward with seeing these unidentified objects in the sky. But this isn't just a normal sighting. This is so weird. The first set of witnesses saw this beam of light coming down, and no, they confirmed it was not a helicopter. There was no noise. There was no actual helicopter. They could have seen it. They didn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, it's like it knew it was being watched and shut off completely. But then the second witness saw the actual object. And the thing is massive. Take a look at these next set of videos. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
Get a close up there, space.
Look. Exactly which one?
Wow.
It's crazy. Yo, I can see a lion from somewhere else.
That's something that
I can see a lion.
A lion.
Yeah, I can see a lion. Look, see? Look, see? The freaking eyes and the ears and the nose and the mouth. And
It's because of the cloud, like the lights are reflecting off the clouds.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can see
they're like messing with the clouds.
Yo,
You want to go give me a, you want me to go give you a drink?
there's shit right there.
No, but that's just
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not wet over here. My butt's dry.
This is the sky. It's kind of light shows going on over here.
What? Dude, this cannot be a light show at 2 a.m.
Are they all going to be showing up? Imagine how one morning now or one evening you wake up in the morning, news broadcasts, and they're everywhere. The cat is on my leg now and is sticking his claws into me. Will you stop doing that? and it's everywhere. What would your reaction be? Now, I personally believe in aliens. I believe there is obviously something else out there, right? But the panic seeing these big, massive ships, I think they're just going to, I don't know. What do you think, guys? Do you think we're going to get a full shebang? Or do you think they're just going to give us little tiny bits? Stuff that's not going to be shocking to us. Well, yeah, we always see things of aliens, UFOs, this and that. You know, come on, let's give us the juicy stuff. That's what I want, the juicy stuff.
Evil people are running the planet and want to kill you. And they're trying to do that, and they're aggressively pursuing this goal right now. There are two lines of reality in the world. In one reality, you are believing everything that they tell you, and you can't understand why things are so crazy. Those people who want to live in that denial, they are being battered by experience, they are being battered by information, they are being battered by consciousness, and they are seeing all of these things come in to their reality, whether they like it or not. Those of us in the truth community say, we don't understand why people can't conceptualize such simple things. This is simple information. Why can't you understand something that's so easy? Please try to have more compassion for these people who are suffering.
I totally agree.
That it has nothing to do with the simplicity of the concept. The concept is very simple. Very evil people are running the planet and want to kill you. And they're trying to do that, and they're aggressively pursuing this goal right now.
This dude also proved God is real.
And say, well, I don't believe this, and it makes me scared, and it makes me feel unsafe. But hypothetically, theoretically, maybe perhaps just in case, what if it's real? Your maturation is the awakening that you are in a hero's journey, that there is a huge villain, and you better get off your ass and fight him before he kills you. That's what's so hard to understand. The alchemy of the galaxy, the alchemy of Jesus Christ, is that you will become like him. John 14:12. As I do these things, so shall you do them, and greater things.
Amen.
So we're looking at the possibility of liberating ourselves from the suffering that so many people have. It ultimately comes with the understanding that you cannot die. You cannot die. You are not threatened by anything. You have nothing to worry about. And this whole entire world, as traditional as it seems to be, is actually a reality construct. It's not real. It's an illusory reality. That's the awakening. That's why people have a hard time seeing something that, oh, it's so simple. Why can't they see it? It's such an easy thing to understand. No, it's a paradigm shift. It's coming to realize that everything you ever thought was true in your life is a freaking lie. You were lied to about every single thing. There are satanic communities where everybody's in on it, and they have mind control where you don't know they did anything. And they do it so well that you can't remember that they did anything.
And they control us by frequencies.
And it's been used a lot more than I thought, and so many victims are not aware that anything ever even happened to them. I have a personal stake in getting rid of these things, because they abused me. I am not happy about it. And if you think this is fake, and you want to laugh at me, and you think that I'm making up abuse memories, and that this shit didn't really happen to me...
And this is why...
And that's why he got taken out. Let's be honest, guys. We all know evil people run this planet, right? And, you know, it boggles my mind. They throw it right out in front of our faces. You know, all these celebrities saying they've sold their souls, all the, you know, insignia, all the symbolism. They do it right in front of your face. It's the karma. So say if I say I'm going to do something to you, and you don't believe me, then I do that thing to you, I won't get bad karma because I have told you that I've done it. I'm going to do it, sorry. So this is why it's all out there in your face. They tell you they're doing it, but people are like, nah, it's just art. It's just this. It's just this. It's not. These people are really into this kind of stuff. And what makes me question it all is I look at it from a logical perspective. What do they know that we don't know? What are they dabbling in with all this money, this power, these secret societies? It's everywhere. Now, if you're watching these type of videos, I'm sure in some aspect you're desensitized to a lot of it because you just know what's going on. And then we are trapped because there's not really much. What can we do? You know? And that's why I say just fill yourself fill up with love because it will protect you. Love, empathy, peace, and kindness. Don't let these people, you know, disrupt your soul. Don't let them ruin it. You know, these people are evil and they're out to do bad things. And we all need to wake up. We all need to wake up from it. I know.
Reptilians and Draco, you know, the blood sacrifices, the whole Luciferian thing, the kids being killed and eaten. I mean, that humans have been eaten and taken off planet, et cetera, and used for slaves in other colonies, etc.
I hate to say that, but that's far worse than what you've just said.
Far worse than what we just said. So it gets worse than that. I did think it could get worse than that. But I'm telling you, it's true.
It's far worse.
Yes, far worse.
Far worse, yeah.
And that the whole blood situation is it's unbelievable. And
right.
I don't know how we say that to the public. You know the part that I don't want to talk about.
I hear you.
Okay?
Yeah. In my philosophy on this,
okay,
which is...
Well, see that, the eating and yeah. Look at the files that come out. You know, these people are doing it. They're all doing it.
Humans are not protecting themselves. They're not protected. And so if you don't warn them, you're culpable. The next time somebody gets snatched and eaten or taken away, or their child, and this, I'm more concerned about the children, obviously, than anything else.
That's
you know.
That's it. Well, that's what.
And so that's my statement. My statement is, I care about the children, and I want to protect the children. How can you protect a child? You must tell them. You must tell their parents what's happening, what's really going on this planet.
Yeah, it's going on.
The entire U.S. is about to face temperatures rising so high it's expected to boil parts of the ocean, cook the marine life, and dry up several of our rivers and farmland. And if you're feeling a little heat right now, the end might be already starting. People were terrified after forecasters warned of an apocalyptic-like Super El Nino coming this summer, expecting to become the strongest heat the world has ever recorded, expecting it to be hot enough to scorch farmland and our crops into dust and ignite wildfires across several states until there's nothing left. Haunting reports show that El Nino is strong enough to cook and dry out one half of the country while swallowing the other half under flash floods, with rain heavy enough to sweep away cars, roads, and entire homes in minutes, and we need to brace ourselves. But it gets much worse, as reports are saying this is not just one heat wave in the US, but record heat building across the entire planet at once, with nowhere cooler to escape to, climbing for months until it peaks this November. And scientists warn that there is a point where the heat climbs so high, your body cannot cool itself down. And this is the year that we might be finally crossing that.
The Department of War just released a brand new UAP file that accidentally makes David Grush's sentient plasmoid comment a whole lot more interesting. So in the file FBI UAP PR004, a witness reported observing a glowing orb. It's not so much the object itself that stands out, although very cool. It's really how they describe the inside of it. So according to the report, the interior looked like a white plasma sun. Now, this is where the timing gets interesting, because just a few days earlier, David Grush stated that the government is aware of what he called sentient plasmoid life. And he described a possible biological continuum that could include plasma-based forms of intelligence. Now, I'm not saying these two things are directly connected. I mean, they very well may not be. But you've got one witness in a federal UAP file that independently describes the inside of an unidentified object as plasma, and just days earlier, we've got David Grush using the phrase sentient plasmoid life. Different context. Same unusual descriptor, though. Coincidence? Maybe.
Now, it makes sense a little bit, because like I say, we are kind of like electronic electricity running out, static electricity then, so maybe some sort of life out there would kind of manifest itself in that kind of way, The universe is that big, or they're interdimensional, or something like that. Anything's possible, baby. Anything's possible. You never know, do you? Things are getting crazy.
So the details surrounding Oliver Trees are just too crazy to be a coincidence. Bear with me on this. A lot of the information I'm going to relay actually comes from content creator Connecting Consciousness. So most of you know rap artist Oliver Tree passed away in a helicopter crash when his helicopter collided with another helicopter. Tragically, no one survived. And just 2 months before Oliver Tree's tragic helicopter crash, he shared the plans he had for his money after he was no longer with us. Interesting. But to start, I'm going to connect it to another helicopter crash. 333 weeks ago, we lost Kobe Bryant in a helicopter crash. And before that, interestingly enough, Kobe Bryant did a commercial for Call of Duty Black Ops that also included a helicopter crash. So pay attention to the three. Oliver Tree was just about to reach 3.3 million followers on Instagram and was just 2 weeks away from turning 33. Also in the helicopter was content creator Gasper Prim, also known as Gaspy. On Gaspy's YouTube page, you can find a short documentary that includes crashes, but in the background of one of those crashes, you see the number 614. This is the exact date of the crash that Oliver Tree and Gaspy lost their lives. Oliver Tree also just posted his 126th post, 126. Kobe's crash happened on 126, 126. Also, Oliver Tree had claimed to have been approached by industry reps or the Illuminati, but refused to do what they asked. But in one of Oliver Tree's songs titled Hurt, he does have lyrics stating that he did indeed sell his soul. Like I said, a lot of coincidences, but let me know what you think.
I think when you get to that certain point, they come at you. That's why you see celebrities when they come up, they change. You know, like Sam Smith. He's like 1 minute he's doing all these wholesome songs and then he's dancing around the stage in a perverted way with devil horns on. You know, it's right there in front of your face. They're telling us, which is they're blinded. Oh, it's just art. Come on. There we are.
Be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
They're telling us.
I kind of sang about, you know, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, singer, so yeah. I sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
Record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, you know, Gaga, we can't get, you know, the frequency's weird, and, you know, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, you know, I get a little bit mad.
Why is your hand over your eyes?
Because I'm a devil worshiper, what are you talking about? Alright, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Roman is a crazy boy who...
You know what gets me, right? Now, if you're ever in that position, right, where they say, right, yeah, it is you, why would you do that? You have a limited time on this earth, so they're basically saying, it doesn't make sense. Because if someone said that to me, I'd be like, well, no, thank you, bud, because you're just telling me now I got like another 40, 50 years on this earth, and then as long as I, you know, stick to the teachings of the Bible, and I'm loving, kind, you know, compassionate, I'm going to go to heaven. Why would I want to sell my soul for a mere 40 years on this planet when I could spend eternity with Jesus? They're all fake.
This is the funeral of Margaret Bell. She passed away at 81 or 82 years old. She was a beekeeper. And in tradition of the beekeepers, her son Colin went to the hive. He knocked on it 3 times and announced to all the bees, your mistress is dead. He then went to the funeral, and what happened next is unexplainable. It's supernatural. They saw tens of thousands of bees swarm over like a cloud above the funeral and hovered and followed the funeral all the way to the burial site, hovered over the burial site.
That's actually quite nice.
After the funeral was done, the bees dispersed. Scientists have tried to say this was a pheromone trail and that this was coincidental. Now, this doesn't mean that the bees had great understanding and recollection of who their carekeeper was. This doesn't mean that when they announced that, some kind of way they grasped it and mourned for her. This doesn't mean that science is always trying to explain away the supernatural. No, this doesn't mean that at all.
That is crazy. In my country too. I'm gonna have to look that up. I believe it's true.
God is, Jesus Christ is real. I want y'all to understand that God is real. Without God, there is no us. I'm telling you. I'm experiencing it, and as I've been over through this process, I've been messing up a lot with whatever I'm trying to work on, and it's because I'm learning. But that's one thing I know is that when I mess up, I don't make the mistake twice or 3 times, okay? But yeah, messing up is frustrating because even with my soul machine, like, bro, like,
soul
the final
machine
product is so relieving.
What the hell is screaming? Is that Will Smith's son? They see you get to that point and they go you. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Just remember, right, the world is run by evil people, but you don't need to be evil to go with it, okay? Just open your eyes. When you look at something, use logic, you know, and just look inside yourself and just find the real good person. It will protect you. But that's going to be it for today. So if you have any thoughts on any of these videos, please leave down in the comments. And if you'd like me to cover anything else, leave down in the comments and I'll put it in the next video, okay? That's going to be it for me today. So I want to thank you all for watching. Stay safe, and as always, fill yourself full of love. It will protect you. CJ out.